I'm Alexxys.
What's going on, everybody? It's Willie Monroe Jr.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Casshan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Troy D. Williams. Hey, everybody, it's Roosevelt Cooper.
With Peace on the Streets Radio.
Kicking it with Peace on the Street Radio.
And I'm signing out. This is my last show. You can keep following my journey through XX Sports on Instagram. And thanks for kicking it with me on Peace on the Streets.
So ladies and gentlemen, in the building, first of all, we have two fighters that are not from Florida, so thank you for being with us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No problem.
Are you guys now in Florida, though, to stay?
I am.
In Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
from Rochester.
Rochester, I'm glad he said it well. Yeah. We have
New
Willie,
York training.
Mr. L. Mongoose, Monroe Jr. Did I say it right?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
That's a long way. Thank you for being with us, champ. I
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
me. Yeah.
There's so many
Yeah.
people tuning in right now, listening to you guys worldwide. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having
We also have Muay Thai fighter. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Muay Thai fighter.
Moy, yep.
Muay. Casshan in the building.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
You're a beast in the game.
Thank you. I just train hard.
I know it. And we've been watching the footage of both of you. Every hit, we're like,
Mama said knock him out.
Sometimes I don't even see the hit. Look at
Right.
Prince.
Oh, you got the glove?
I just see like the person get like this, and I'm like, man, that's insane. I watched a lot of your clips, by the way, too.
Thank you.
And you as well.
Thank you.
Your hit, your jabs, so fast and intense. I feel like I'm there. I would love to see you guys live. So when you guys are actually doing it live here in Florida, please let us know. We will come out. We'll represent. We will broadcast live. Yeah.
We might could put on an event right here. A little kickboxing and fighting.
Hey, I'm with you.
That's impossible. I'm just now.
Yeah, I'm just
Hey,
saying.
don't get me excited.
Money Mayweather said, man, y'all got to talk numbers. Right?
I got you. This how I said it.
I don't get hit for free.
He's a hell of a fighter.
He's a good boxer.
But but you know, Money Mayweather. I'm the best. That's my man. Dog. I love Mayweather.
Well, he fights like Floyd.
I know.
He take his time. He ain't in no hurry. He ain't trying. Cause I think he got like, he ain't gonna knock you out. He gonna punish you.
Thank you. That's a
Selective.
compliment.
Yeah.
High
That's a
IQ.
compliment.
Right.
High IQ fighter.
That's a
And we have
compliment.
Roosevelt that just came literally from New York, right? Like just came like a few hours ago. That's insane. That's a ride and die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Last time I was
That's
down here, I was
insane.
with him when he's playing tennis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
You're an athlete as well.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
that's a tough sport.
What's his sport?
Absolutely.
Tennis.
Tennis.
Oh yeah,
No,
man.
Yeah.
that's so
You
difficult.
got to be in so much shape.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You run it all the time.
This ain't ping pong.
Oh no.
No, this ain't ping. I'm a ping pong.
Oh no, but they get it in though. Hey, they get it in.
They do.
They get it in. They get it
They do
in.
get it.
I'm a ping pong champion. And I'm going to tell you how
No
you know
way,
you're a
Fred.
ping pong champion when your jeans is cut right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need that-
because
need
you're
that
trying to get
space,
that
right?
ball.
Right, yeah.
But I'm crazy. I do spins. I hit it and I spin around, backspin.
Are you serious?
I'm so crazy at ping pong because when I was in
He's
high
like,
school,
nah, he's way too big.
I whooped all y'all right now. Line them up.
Oh,
Line them up. But anyway, the listeners just called in and said they just had their first glass of champagne. Now they ready to start kissing and hugging. So we do have some Barry White and the beggar. Who is the beggar, y'all?
Keith Sweat.
Sweat.
Everybody knows. So we got Barry.
Background, I would know that.
Yeah, so you guys.
Killing.
Well,
So you guys keep it locked to Peace on the Street Radio Show. I'm your boy Prince of the Sun.
with your girl Mimi and
Willie Monroe Jr.
Casshan seen him set.
Roosevelt.
Speaking of non-stop people, they saying that coronavirus is going down, and I want to know the facts. So, I got this special person on tonight.
Nurse V.
Nurse V is in the house. Hey, Nurse V.
Hey, how are you?
Should we be going to the strip clubs? Let's get to it.
Are they open? Like, it's phase 3, so everybody open now.
I mean, should we, Nurse V? And if so, let's get with it, honey. What's going on in the world of
Orlando.
Corona? The coronavirus.
What's going on? It's down a lot, which is awesome.
Wonderful.
Awesome. But keep in mind, you still have to wear your mask. You still have to wash your hands.
Right.
You still have to do social distancing because it can easily go right back up. because they're not taking it as serious like they used to, because the senator decided to do phase 3, open up everything. So people have to still keep their distance and wash their hands and wear their masks, because if you're still gathering a lot of people without a mask, it can easily go back up. We shall see what's going to happen from here to a few weeks, what's going to exactly happen, since we have phase 3 now opening up. And a lot of these young kids, they don't care. They're hanging around with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
So,
well, how many stages is it, Mama?
If it's phase 3, that means that
how many
it's
stages?
just it's open, like no holds barred.
What's the
all the amount of people can come in.
Well, a lot of people are still, they're getting very cautious. They're still putting, they can have 100% max if you go out to eat, but a lot of people are taking it, very cautious. They're making it less than what you're saying, because the virus is still out there. It's not gone.
Right.
The reason why it's low is because people are wearing their masks, washing their hands, keeping their distance. But now that it opens stage 3, people are going to forget, it's over. No, it's not over. It's out there still. And that's the sad part. If people are not very cautious of what they're doing, it will spike up again.
Okay, so forever.
Big time.
So in other words, we're going to have to forever be, is the way it sounds like, because Corona's not going anywhere, just like the flu and a pneumonia.
No, it's not. And until they get a vaccine to control the population with the vaccine,
right.
Like the flu, they have the flu zone vaccine controlling the flu. But this is a virus that's going to be here for a while, and once they get the vaccine, it could be controlled a lot better, and people will understand it better, and they have to be very cautious. But keep in mind, we're getting the cold weather coming in.
Yeah. So
people are going to get confused, thinking they have the flu, and it's really the virus. So it's going to, because it's almost the same thing,
I mean, Pete, this right here got you scared to cough. I mean, somebody cough around me and say, hold on, sucker.
Or somebody's home and they're sick.
Yeah,
and they're like, stay home. They're like, it's just the flu. It's just a little cold.
Yeah, right, whatever your head got the corona.
Once the fever comes, yeah.
But, I mean, it's just like the same thing. If you're sick, stay at home. That's just the same way we had pneumonia.
Common sense.
And then take your vitamins. You need to take vitamin D, vitamin C, a lot of these things that you need to build your immune system up. They're just like, we got some boxes in here, Mama. They said, knock somebody out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So we got to knock this corona thing out so people can get back to doing their lives, because you know what? This is messing up a lot of people's livelihood. People have dates that was set that makes them money, and then all this jumped off. So you guys stay at home, and hopefully, how long you think it's going to be before we get a vaccine, Mama? Some say right after the election, you're going to be able to go get you something.
After Trump becomes president, we'll get a vaccine, right? All of a sudden.
We'll probably won't see it till next year.
He's like, he's like, are we getting set up? It's like that. I know is that it's phase 3 that I know of. There's no limitation now. So you could just go in with several other people. Just be mindful. I know I'm not ready yet, personally, to walk in and stay at a secluded area.
But I know people have told me, since he mentioned phase 3 opening up over the weekend. People went out to eat that have spoken to me directly, and when they walk in with their mask on, and with their partner and themselves with the mask on. The waitress in the place actually told them, you don't have to worry, you can take it off, because they have their off. And they go, we're keeping ours on until we sit down and we eat, then we take it off and we're putting it back on. And that's being very cautious, because if you're going to go out to eat and you're going to have all these people not wearing their masks, especially the waitress, you tell me, do you feel comfortable walking into a place like that? I know I would.
Well, even if I can walk in, but then can walk out with it, even though if I've done the same thing, because, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, I walked in with my mask on. And then as soon as I sat down, I took my mask off. Now, the same people is serving, it's a catch-22.
It is, and they should be wearing their masks.
But for them biscuits from, hold on, honey, them biscuits them biscuits from Red Lobster, you know what I'm saying? Hey, them nice soft ones just coming out the oven, dip them in some ranch dressing, shoot, living my best life. I ain't going. So what you said, Nurse V?
Some, but they're not forced to wear it now because the senator, he said you don't have to wear it. So a lot of places are not going to be wearing it.
He said that?
So it's up to you. He was on the news. It's on the news.
Oh.
So,
I don't know about that.
We got to wrap this party up, Nurse V, before you make me not eat my chicken wings. Give me some things that we should and should not be doing, Mama. Give it to us one more time.
But just wash your hands, social distance. Please wear your mask. Please wear your mask. No matter what other people don't do, you protect yourself because there's only one you.
Yes.
No one else is going to care about your body but you.
And
You're
Nurse
the
V,
one who will end up in the hospital, so you need to take care of you.
Yeah, and Nurse V, I've seen a lot of people now are taking it serious. They're wearing their masks. I'm seeing more now than I ever have, and for the people, I have a brother-in-law, he caught corona, but he beat it. But he said in the systems out of it, it's been like that boxer hit him upside his head a few times.
I can't
imagine.
imagine.
It hurts. I'm done what they said. I can't imagine.
I don't wanna do
I've been
that.
kickboxing in the head. He grabbing by the, you know what I'm saying? They friendly now, you know what I'm saying? But boy, them some mean. How y'all got pretty teeth and y'all fighters? All the fighters.
You threw me left field.
Yeah.
That's a left field.
Okay. The real fight, I know all their front teeth is knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So Nurse V said, swear him, man.
They must be horrible fighters.
Yeah, I mean, they get hit. These here don't get hit.
I understand.
They doing the hit.
Yeah.
I seen a free blooded nose from what them boys have done. So anyway, Nurse V, we appreciate you, y'all. Give it up for Nurse
Yes,
V.
Nurse
so
V.
much. She was spitting.
Thank you very much.
Right here on Peace on the Streets.
You know what I want to ask you, Mr. Willie?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr.
Mongoose.
Willie L. Mongoose.
Yeah.
Where did you get L. Mongoose from?
Well, I was in a obviously my Cuban background from my grandfather, but I was in a primarily Hispanic gym up in New York. And at one point they were calling me El Gato, because of how fast I am, my reflexes. But it was another fighter from Brooklyn named Frankie Figueroa, and his name was El Gato. So I'm like, I can't use that name. And that was his real name. Not his real name, but that was his fight name. Yeah. And I hadn't even turned pro yet, so I was like, I can't use that name. So a good friend of mine, man, I call him my big brother. His name is Sammy Torres. And he said, man, you fight more like a mongoose. So, he showed me some videos of a mongoose versus a snake, and I said, that's the animal version of me.
Okay.
That's insane. And Torres, oh God, it's another Hispanic Latino.
Right.
Just saying. That's my generation, like my mother's last name, Torres.
Yeah.
Is it Puerto Rican? Just saying.
Yeah, it's Puerto Rican.
Boricua.
All right.
Bad boy.
Tonight in the building. And Neil's so excited. He's like, yes, I'm home.
Puerto Rico.
Now, guys, especially you, Casshan, during the time with the COVID and everything had to stop, training, gyms, what did you guys do during this time period? Because I know it's very crucial, training. What did you actually do? Did you stop, both of you?
Oh, man, no, I never stopped.
That made you
Casshan.
probably
I don't
focus a
even-
little more.
Yeah.
I don't even stop after the fight. Like, I just can't do it. What I did, I just hyper-focused, and I chose things that I knew I had within my control to work on, based on what resources I had. So I was very consistent. Like, if you're disadvantaged, you got to make up for it with consistency.
Right.
And willpower. That's all you got. Like, that's why I love martial arts.
So you kept going regardless.
Of course, I didn't stop a day.
Did it put a toll on you?
Of course, it was very, very stressful. Like, just to be in the same, it was like being in the same room every day
Wow.
for hours. It's so boring.
Nobody but you.
Yeah.
Nobody but me. Hours are running. It was just so boring.
But like you said, consistent. Being consistent at anything, that's the key to success. This is like when we barbecue on the weekends. I have to be there Saturday and Sunday. I put my name on it.
Yeah.
I put my
Yes, you
stamp
did.
there.
People are waiting
so
for
I
you.
have to, and if I don't show up, then I disappoint the crowd.
Yes.
You know.
It is.
But
Yep.
being consistent, and I'm sure that's what you guys. So okay, it's more than one way to kiss a cat. Is it skin a cat?
Get a skinny cat.
Yeah.
That's not kissing.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And what about you, Mr. Willie? Like, what did you do in during that time?
Honestly, I welcomed it with a smile. I've had some stints in my career where, we talked about this earlier, where I wasn't active, and I actually had to train out of a garage and with no fight coming up for 16 months straight
Wow.
on faith and, working 2 jobs and training, you know what I mean? This was, I just took it back. And my family found out what training camp was all about because I inserted them into the training camp lifestyle.
Wow.
And, I tell people, like, you know, a real training camp is like quarantine. You know what I mean? Like, like sometimes I'm in training camp and it's like, yeah, we going to Walmart today. You know what I mean? Like it's like Walmart is an exciting trip because you're so focused on training 2, sometimes 3 times a day. How to focus on rest and eating the right things.
Wow.
And you're so focused and dialed in on the process that you're not really tuned into the outside world. So quarantine was a time for me to like more or less just show my family that training camp isn't as fun as you guys think it is.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
This isn't summer camp, it's training camp. Right. And you know, my wife got in, she had a little 4-pack, got a little 4-pack. You know
That's
what
what
I
I want to
mean?
hear.
I got 16 pounds off of her during the yeah.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
that's a
So
lot.
I was a drill sergeant, but we
Let's
got
go.
and,
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, and I just took it and turned it into a positive. And me, you know, I just had this real deep feeling that I would, if you go to my Twitter and go all the way back to January 1st of this year, this is before the pandemic hit or anything, I tweeted Monroe Canelo 2020.
So you already put in existence.
I put it in
He
there.
put it out there.
So
That's what's up.
when you know, when a couple fights fell, I won't say fell through, but negotiations were going bad, and then the pandemic hit, I said God is just preparing me a space of time to prepare myself for that moment. So I took it real, and I'm still taking it very serious.
But you know
Wow.
what? That's a positive mindset.
It is.
You have to flip a bad situation, man, into a good situation mentally. Because guess what? If we start getting down on what's going on in our life and don't put a positive with it, man, that's when people fall into depression and you know all this crazy.
You
So
can't stress
say,
over things that you can't control.
Yeah.
And in that nature, you can't.
Yeah.
And
So-
if you believe in what God says, the word, then
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
Love my
refer and
faith.
say, okay, it just wasn't meant for me.
Right.
Now let me see my next plan, because He don't want to see us down and out.
Yeah.
If you're children of God, you're supposed to be soldiers and warriors. You
Yeah.
got to be strong.
Yeah.
Like with me, that's why I call myself Prince of the South. My dad's the king of all kings.
Hey!
I gotta be
Yeah,
a prince.
man.
You know what
I
I'm
hear
saying?
you.
So
Yes,
that's
sir.
why Prince of the South.
Yeah, man.
I love it. And I get it. And you're right. It's for me, I end up just relaxing. I felt like it was my time, it was my break. I stay home with my family more often than ever. And I just like did things at home. So I got a sense of relaxation.
No, I understand that, because to some degree I did enjoy it, but being obsessed with results, and I'm like, I'm coming from writing numbers down and seeing improvement, guaranteed improvement that I had never seen, and hitting a threshold I never hit.
Wow.
Then COVID hit, and it's like, but I'm past that now though.
Are you?
All them numbers, I'm exceeding them now.
Awesome.
Everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it took 3 weeks to get back to where I left off.
Wow, it's
Once
not
I got
so
back
bad,
in,
but it's
it
long.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But that's why I understand. There was a degree of it in which was peaceful though. You know, quiet solitude.
It was,
time to
right?
think.
Yeah.
Like
it
nobody
was.
went out, so nobody bothered you.
I got a sidebar.
Go ahead. Sidebar.
Well, y'all fighting in the neighborhood. Was y'all some bad kids? I mean, was y'all Mike Tyson and
Yeah.
Rochester?
Nah.
You guys never had it in you? Like,
No, I
so-
fought.
I'm not gonna say I never been in a street fight, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I was like starting
You know
trouble
that.
either.
You know that.
That's a good question. You know what I want to ask? Because we had this talk on the side. I want to know, boxer and a fighter, like MMA, right? Or
Muay Thai.
I'm
just
sorry.
kickboxing.
Yes, sir.
Boxing, kickboxing.
Muay Thai and boxing.
Motai.
Can you guys fight each other? Is that possible? Like, I know Rhonda fought with a boxer and she's a fighter and it didn't work.
And what's the different training than a kickboxing than a boxer?
Who has the upper advantage? It has to be the Muay Thai fighter because he uses his legs and his hands.
Well, then you know what the boxer gonna say? Put your legs down, man. Let's stand up. And he gonna say, "No, I ain't standing up. You put your legs up, and we gonna."
But
so,
that's what happened
that's
with
what- ain't
Ronda
that what Floyd said
Rousey.
against McGregor?
Yeah, she fought against the boxer
Right.
and she didn't have a chance because she couldn't use her legs. So that's not really.
We're talking about Ronda Rousey?
Yeah, am I right, guys?
No, she fought a boxer, but she was
Right.
able to use her legs. 'cause
She
the-
was.
The
And she
girls
still
switched
lost?
over
The
to
girl's
MMA.
good.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
girls is
that
good.
girl was a
she's just-
champion.
that's
Wasn't
why.
it,
And what
Holly
Holly
Holm.
Holm? Holly Holm's getting ready to fight
Oh,
again
yeah.
soon.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
how she was able to do it because she
Yeah.
switched over.
Yeah, she went over to
Interesting.
MMA, but she had a huge boxing background.
Exactly, yep.
And what Ronda Rousey did wrong was she went in there with someone with a strong boxing background and tried to do stand up. If that's
Oh my
not your
God.
game, just leave it alone. You have to
Straight
be.
left.
You have to leave. Pride for me and ego stands for
Interesting.
edging God out. And once you edge God out,
that's tough.
then you're alone.
oh boy,
Ain't no help.
Yeah.
So she went in there completely on ego of, I'm gonna outbox a boxer, and it didn't end up.
It was bad, man, because I was just watching it. Holly Holm was landing a straight left all day, and it was like
very fast,
ferociously landing, like brutalizing her face like that.
I saw it coming.
Oh, no.
First round though, I never seen that before from Wanda. I was like,
But
stay in your lane, bro.
So that means you guys can't compare. Like you can't. Would you ever fight each other?
I respect every look. I'll put it like this because I had to tell one of my students yesterday. I was like, look, I'm not doing that. This is not a good discipline.
Yeah.
When I was finding Muay Thai, I respected every art.
Yeah.
And I told him straight up, I said, hey, look, if I was doing Kung Fu, I would be as dangerous as I am now. Because whatever I do, I'm going to take it to the next level, period.
Wow.
I told him that. So I don't even allow anyone talking down about another sport.
Yeah.
Also, the proficiency levels of different weapons is totally different.
It is.
In boxing, the proficiency of punching is better than any sport.
Yeah.
Period. No one is better with their hands than boxers. Period.
Because that's kind of all we got.
Sorry, it's just mastery.
Yeah,
It's just
gotta-
mastery of the weapon.
Now, when it comes to boxing, it did get corrupted because we all know that, and we all pulled away from it because of corruption. Do you still feel, Mr. Willie, be real? Do you still feel it's corrupted in the boxing world?
I mean, it has a red and a blue corner.
Everybody does, right?
Yeah, everything political has a red and a blue corner. So if it has
Do you
a red
feel
and
the
a blue,
corruption has oversees the sport itself, or do you think it actually found its way now because it did,
Franchise
and it's
champion.
pulling back now, right? Because we're calling it out.
personally, I don't think it'll ever find its way because there's too much money and pride and ego invested into a sport. You got to remember, like, fighting is art that's out of the primordial ooze. Like, that's how you get the woman. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you prove
I'm the baddest man on the planet.
That goes all the way back to, like, the caveman days.
Yeah.
Yes, that's real.
You know, like, that's lions in the kingdom. I'm going to take this other lion down.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to, that's nature.
Yeah.
And once you add money and ego and all this other stuff that we have on top
I'm
of
the greatest. Man.
Yeah, I mean, on
money,
top of that, the
too much
way
alone.
That's what it is.
the way the sport being managed, like
That's
a lot. I'm looking because I always try to keep up with what fans say as well. A lot of fans not feeling that franchise championship belt.
Interesting.
That franchise belt, they not feeling that.
Really?
What is that? Explain to our listeners. Franchise belt. What is it? What
It's
does that
like
mean?
a belt that an outstanding professional in the sport of boxing has, which allows them to pass over mandatory challenges. So if I worked my way up to challenge you for your belt, and you're the franchise champion, you could be like, oh, nah, I'm gonna fight somebody else.
So I don't like that either. That's
Interesting.
garbage because back in the day, they fought the next man that's up.
Yeah.
The best two fighters.
I
mean,
know what you're saying. Right.
And so that's what's, you know, and when Mayweather and Trinidad, they didn't fight at the hype time. I really wanted to see that fight. You know, but
Yes.
but you know, Money Mayweather said, man, he ain't getting hit for free.
It was,
You know,
the
but
money.
I was like, just on the pride of this man, forget the money. And I can't say forget the money. Let's not start talking crazy. I mean, I'm just saying.
I get it.
He backed up real quick with that one.
Let's not start
Wait a
talking
minute,
like
wait a
a
minute.
fool.
Too clean to be saying that.
I caught that quick. But on the strength of a certain fights should happen. You know what I'm saying? Because just in history, because what happened is that in America, it's always about history being made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People wanted to see that Mayweather fight, and I live in Kissimmee. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans there.
Yeah.
They wanted to see that fight, and so, but he wasn't fighting. But I don't know the details. Money said the money wasn't right, and he
Right.
wasn't
It
fighting.
wasn't, right.
So you know what I'm saying?
And once
Interesting.
once you make
That's
to a
a
certain
sport,
level,
though.
you know, you have the right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because fighters put themselves through the mill.
Yes, they
You
do.
know what I mean?
man.
Like, you know, waking up I gotta wake up at 4:50 tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
4:50 in the morning.
I'm like,
you know,
Gotcha.
I'll be okay. I got
Okay.
an internal clock. It doesn't matter.
Bam! It wake up
What?
automatic.
Yeah,
I'm at 5:30.
you right there with me.
Bam.
But I mean, we go through a lot, deal with a lot. We lose a lot of time with family and friends, and you know we lose family and friends when you're talking about the business of it, especially if your family's inside of the business with you. You know, we're very self-sacrificial people. You know what I mean? We put ourselves out there on the line, our own pride and ego in front of thousands of people.
Yes.
For a passion. You know,
Yes.
it's a lot of people that have a passion, but they don't have to worry about being judged on such a grand scale because
It's true.
your passion doesn't involve, you know, pleasing thousands of fans. You know what I mean? Or your passion doesn't involve the weight of the pleasure of someone else's eyes. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's heavy. You know what I mean? And especially when you put in your best.
And when you get defeated, don't you feel even worse?
yeah.
But you know
Yeah.
what? A lot of times a defeat is not a bad thing. But sometimes a defeat, and that's what happened when I was coaching. I think we like 9-0. I mean, we was rolling. Them boys stopped practicing, couldn't get them Negroes to practice, and they just thought they had
feeling
it.
yourself.
And then what happened? We had Okeechobee, a bunch of white guys, skinny guys came in, and it was homecoming for us. We just thought, my boys just thought we was going to win automatically. They beat us 56-0.
Wait, this is football? Because it sounds like a basketball game.
And guess what? Everybody was at practice Monday. That's why I was like, man. And then guess what? We went all the way, and then we went to Haines City. They were cheating.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? They were cheating down in Haines City. But, I still said, because they had the referees, their friends, and everything, man. And they were calling the call. I mean, we was getting long runs, and they called it back. But what I'm saying is that sometimes a loss is not a bad thing. Sometimes it gets you back focused. You might not be better than you, good as you think you are.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Do you
know
guys
what?
ever get mad when you lose? I want to know that, Casshan.
In boxing, right? I'll try to separate the career from the passion. When you're a person that is used to being humble, you've been humbled in your life,
Right.
it's actually not always just the loss. That's the worst part. It's the career. Because in the sport of boxing, it can be merciless if you lose. Even if there's controversy around the loss.
That's
Even
true.
if you had a really bad weight cut.
Right.
Or something around it was at a catch weight. The fans don't want to hear that. You know, people don't want to hear that. But
And they're almost looking for a reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they build you up to break you down. Like, they're looking for a reason to
Interesting.
turn
Right,
you.
to start tearing
you know
you
what I mean?
down.
Because, like, you'll see a guy winning so much, and everybody wants to win. Nobody wants to lose.
For sure.
Correct.
But then I've heard people say, I mean, he win too much. Like, what do you mean win too much? You would want to win all the time.
That's what I said about
Absolutely.
Tom
But,
Brady.
you know what I mean?
That's what I said about Tom Brady. You
Tom
know,
Brady.
Thank you. Bro, you prove I'm so glad.
He always brings it back to
man.
the Tom Brady. I'm a Dallas fan. I can't stand it.
But if you know Tom Brady's history, Tom Brady's history is very humbling.
Yes, he is. He is.
Very
Right.
humbling, man.
That's what I
And
heard.
he had to beg the owner, said, man,
Yes.
if you take me,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, I promise you will not regret it. And so he put in his hard work. So, you know, but a lot of times, like you say, when you went, same way with LeBron.
I feel the same way with Mayweather. Like, I don't watch his fights anymore because I'm like, oh, he's going to win. Just forget it. It takes forever. It's like after one round, next round. I was like, yeesh.
Mayweather inspired me, man. I ain't about
I
to
know.
lie.
He
can't be
I know.
He had his last
Easy.
fight against Berto. Yo, I feel Mayweather. I had a nightmare he lost. Because to me, for Mayweather symbolically, it's like to see a black man navigate this system without getting hurt.
Wow.
That's why I mess with him. Like it's like a symbolism. Like I'm talking about everything controversy aside. I don't even want to humor that. Let's just talk about the career. Me as a black man that sees these type of struggles like we just talked about.
Yes, we did.
How they so quick to write you off.
Yes.
To see somebody do it and make it young, it's
Yes.
so inspiring.
Yeah.
He did navigate the whole like
He
system.
did it, man. He did it.
Flawlessly.
He did.
He
Flip,
did it.
Flip, it's funny because I hear people say Floyd can't read. I said, man, well, I wouldn't stand on that because
Right.
if a guy that supposedly can't read can make $1 billion and you're still
Interesting.
working a 9 to 5 with your reading skills,
Hello.
I'll pick up not reading for 500, Alex.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like a man that I would, you know what I mean? I wouldn't stand on and be so and laugh at that because if
Not
a
at
man
all.
that quote unquote can't read is making a heck of a lot
Look how
more money than
successful
you.
he is.
and
That's
that-
right.
Right.
And he had a hard life, man.
A person that can't read, but he know how to put 8, 9
Man.
zeros on a contract.
So he's picking and choosing correctly. He's doing it. Yeah.
Somebody doing
These
something
people
right.
have
Yes,
hard
sir.
lives, man. People sacrifice a lot. That's why another thing about the loss
is.
in boxing, like, it's not always you need to be more humble from losing. It's really not even always that.
Yeah,
it's
it's not
really
a-
that you've been doing boxing since you were 9 years old, and then you've been building yourself up all this time. You have a bad encounter. It's not your night. You lose. Now you're nothing.
Right.
Just like
You
that.
guys keep a lot of peace on the
Yeah.
streets.
They go like that.
We have to get a couple of songs in, but I like this because what happened, we get into the minds of boxers and they able to tell us their story. A lot of times we don't know the inside. Like you say, only thing we looking at losses and wins.
Yeah,
and
that's
losses.
it.
We don't look at nothing. Oh, you lost a few fights. And that don't mean nothing. Everybody has a good day and a bad day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can you lift yourself up from that bad day? Because what happened is that when I play ball, when I used to play ball, or even like now, I throw horseshoes. It bothers me when I lose because I start thinking about what I should have done. You know what I'm saying? I should have changed up a little bit. So it bothers you until you fight again. Then you say, okay, I got you this
They
time.
lose in the public eye, though. Like,
Yeah,
everyone's watching.
yeah.
They got to walk away on it.
And you know,
yes.
people don't realize that everybody's starting point isn't the same. So if you look at these two fighters and people people are just like, nah, man, this dude been through, like his mind may be a little different the way he view this, man. And that's everybody in life, but people look at fighters like it's small things that go on that can throw you a knot. Because once it's like an ethereal level. Once that line is so thin once you get to the arena that night, and that's where the stuff comes in at. Your gloves don't get to your locker room on time, or your gloves make a mistake and didn't show up to the arena. You know what I'm saying?
Mentally.
Little things like that.
Yeah.
Like I've heard,
Interesting.
It's crazy because I'll get criticism because and I've won these fights with this happening, but I'll talk about what happened before the fight. And people are like, he's making up excuses. I'm like, well, you got guys who will go to who will play a away game. And they'll talk about how the fans act and how they came in and trashed the locker room, and that's why our team lost. I'm like, yo, that's like high school football, high school basketball. You're talking about a professional sport.
Yeah,
For real.
it's different.
They not just trashing the locker rooms and they doing a heck of a lot worse.
Really?
Especially, it's like this. You got to be a little different up here and not such a good way to think that it's going to be 6 or 7 figures on the table and somebody's not going to try to find an inch of advantage. You feel what I'm saying? Like an advantage is an advantage. Whether you win by an inch or you win by a mile, you win.
Right.
So it's a lot of stuff that happens, being behind scenes that people will be like, well, why would that bother you? Well, you're not an athlete. You don't live on this. This is an ethereal level that I'm walking on. I'm not walking on the solid ground that you walk on. Like, this is very sensitive right here. You get what I'm saying? So you can't really tell me how to operate up here because you've never worked with the controls. Like, I can't go in there and I don't know any of those controls in that room. I can sit over here and criticize all I want, but I can't go in that room and they're working in them controls without him telling me. Exactly. And a lot of people think, well, I could fight. No, you can't.
Also, you got to take the opponent into consideration.
You got to take us behind the scenes with you guys when you're fighting.
We come back.
Love to show that.
When we come back, we want to talk about when people see you in the street. I can take him right now.
I wonder if anyone's ever done that to you guys.
Put him up, sucker. So, y'all keep it locked. The Peace on the Street radio show. We're going to have some fun tonight. I'm your boy, Prince of the South.
With your girl, Mimi.
And Willie Monroe Jr.
And Casshan, what's going on?
And Roosevelt.
Let's do it, y'all.
We just got a big shout out, by the way. Big shout out to Pennsylvania right now. They said Mala is the shot caller.
Yes,
though. Thank you.
I like that.
Pennsylvania is in the house.
No problem.
Right on.
By the way, guys, we got to give a big congratulations to Alexxys, our sports journalist.
That's our
Alexxys
girl.
is leaving.
Wow.
She's going to a career in Texas, so we want to say God bless her on her journey.
Yes.
We're so glad that she's with us, a Peace on the Streets, and
Yes.
we hope you enjoyed your journey, Alexxys.
Oh, I did.
Yeah!
I'm glad I got to be on your last.
I know it!
Our last show is the bomb.
Pretty special.
And she interviewed them at the dojo.
She did.
Yes. So we have Muay Thai fighter Casshan in the building, and we have the champion boxer, and I hope it's such a long name.
You can say Willie Monroe Jr.
I got it. Mongoose.
I feel like a tongue twister. I don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, you
and during the
know,
interview, I was like, I didn't want to mess that up.
Well, Mongoose was easy for me.
Mongoose,
It was homeboy, man.
Hey, with Casshan.
I just started calling everybody homeboy, man. Homeboy, well, I wasn't going to mess the name up. And you know, I'm ridiculous. for messed up. You think Ricky Smiley mess up some names?
I know, how funny is that?
Ooh, his
I mess up a name like a substitute teacher.
I ain't coming to work today, Black Tony. I don't know if y'all know about Black Tony, but y'all, I support my brother radio, Ricky Smiley, to give you a lot of information. He's talking about voting. You guys got to get out and vote. You can say you're down for anything if you don't get out and vote. Just on the strength of what people, even with women weren't able to vote. They weren't able to do things. I'm just saying, just like with blacks. So you guys got to get out and vote just for the people that fought the cause for us to be able to have the rights to vote. I think it's just a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get out and vote.
I'm ready.
It is.
I'm ready. And then vote for people that support your agenda. You have to look at everybody's agenda, not the color. I need to know, man, this is my concern. And now is the time that we have everybody by the balls.
Yeah. We do.
You know why? Because they want something from us. They want our vote.
Now.
So now you tune in and say, okay, what are you going to give me for my vote? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't get nothing. You don't get my vote. I mean, you know, so that's what it's about now. So we got them.
Yes.
I want reparation. I sure
I think we deserve it.
Man, I'm just saying. And so what is your agenda on reparation?
Maybe so. Maybe that's possible.
Now is the time to put in your request. That's
Just did
like,
it. Stimulus checks.
Yo, yeah.
That's just like
That
with
was a rough
stars now.
Rough draft.
Stars would come on your show when they got a gig coming up.
Yeah,
when
right.
They have
When
something.
they're promoting.
Yeah, when they're promoting, man. You know, you got to get it when it's hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you guys go out and vote. That's all I got to say.
Are you going to vote, Prince?
Yeah, you're doggone right. I'm going to vote. I feel bad if I didn't go vote. You know what I'm saying? So you'll see my vote 6.
I voted for the city officials, state attorney. Shout out to Monique Gorell.
Monique,
our
girl.
friend won. She won.
She won.
She was our special guest multiple times.
yes, she
She's down to
was.
earth as well. She came from up north and helped out with Meek Mills and Jay-Z with the whole prison reformment project.
Oh,
she was
that's
one of those
fire. That's
attorneys.
deep.
Oh, wow.
She came here, called us up
Yeah.
to promote.
Wow.
For state attorney, came on the show multiple times, told us about the game, about what she could change
What
and
a
what's
blessing.
going on and how it's actually like corrupting us all in Florida. Now she wants state
What a
attorney.
blessing.
See, now,
Absolutely.
wow.
they were trying to get her guy
Absolutely.
in.
She got
And
blessed.
she's our
Sure.
friend.
Yeah, she got
But he
blessed.
didn't make it.
What she-
You know, so.
He didn't make
She
it.
was a blessing and was blessed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I know she's going to make a change. And I'm here. And all I know is
Yeah.
that, but she signs things, we're going to be like,
I
in the background, peace on the streets.
Yes, sir. so we got to talk to the boxers. And last thing that we asked the question was, what do you deal with people that's crazy in the streets talking about, I'll whoop you all day?
Yeah, has anybody ever approached you?
I'm ready.
Especially you, Willie. Has everybody actually identified you and approached you and was like,
I'll kick you.
have they ever tested you? It's a good question, though.
No, not seriously. People joke with you like
Got
that.
it.
People who have aggressive attitudes like that towards you, it's usually someone I don't want to say no,
Okay.
Oh,
but maybe
interesting.
like from your city who's been watching you for a while
Yeah.
Interesting.
and maybe have a little jealousy or
Have you ever hit with a two-piece?
no.
No.
No, I don't.
Your hands are...
They rush.
You know what's funny is if anyone ever, spoke and said, I want to fight Willie Monroe outside of the ring, and anyone who knew me would say, why? And not why like because he's just such a good fighter, but it's like, why? Like,
What's your point?
Yeah,
it's that's like who wants to fight him outside of the ring? Like, you know, like I'm
No
not
money
I don't exactly.
That's no money.
Exactly.
But do you
Yeah,
guys
man.
feel secure? Like, because, my son, for instance, Mommy, when you go, be safe. I'm like, I'm all right. Like, they got it. But, like, do you guys feel secure, like, within yourself, meaning, like...
Yeah, I got a beautiful wife and 3 kids. I have to be like that. I have to be like that.
So you have to be always...
Yeah. I'm
Interesting.
10 toes
How
down,
about-
walking strong, man. You feel me? You know?
On your toes. What about you, Casshan? Have you ever felt like you kind of have to, carry yourself a little bit more of, I don't know, intimidation or,
Do they
No,
try?
Has anybody ever tested you?
I don't do that because
They underestimate
the
you,
reason, first of all, people always think I play soccer.
I can see that.
They always think
I can see that. That's what it is. Yeah.
legs, bro.
I was about to say, is it your legs?
Yeah,
Your legs.
But on
Consider
another
that.
note,
I'm just saying. You never considered soccer?
of
Just saying.
course, I'm with
Yeah,
whatever
the
got
cardio.
cardio.
Yeah,
involved.
absolutely.
I'm with whatever,
Soccer, man.
But then on top of that,
They get paid. They're the highest paid athletes.
yeah, man,
Just
they
saying.
fresh too. They look like musicians. They fresh,
Yeah.
man. I
Head
know.
to toe, like
For real.
swimmers.
Yeah.
They swagging. They be swagging, man, from all over the world. I love
Yeah.
soccer. But what I'm not gonna become somebody else. I can't do it because like my natural impulse is to like greet people, say hello, hey, what's up, how you doing? It takes a lot out of me to just be like, I'm gonna turn that off right now. I don't want to do it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I would actually rather hold myself in a more confident way, so I don't have to come out.
So it takes a lot of energy, negative wise. If it's a lot of energy it pulls out of you. Honestly, when it's negative.
To be antagonistic takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of, even in the ring, I don't be on some, I'm losing my mind. Like I'm always thinking. I'm always thinking. I'm not being controlled by something.
Have you ever not liked your opponent? Just not like him?
Both of y'all.
Yes.
That's
Not
a good
like
one, man.
I haven't been in a ring with a guy that I just like had a huge disdain for. Like, there's nobody I've like.
You talking about the dude that I seen you hit in the mouth 5 times in a row? you liked him?
Are you guys still friends? Did he say, I get it,
Nah, that's a job.
Yeah, what happens after a fight, guys?
That's a
Like,
job.
what do you do after that? Do you, are you
go
friends,
check
or you
on
just
him?
move on?
I'll tell you one. two different guys that I'm like really good friends with. It's Brandon Adams and Brian Vera. And
You knocked their blocks off?
I mean, I want to say I knocked them out.
But you won? I'm just curious, like, how does that
he
end
knocked
up
them.
to be?
The funny thing about
I'm getting to the question. I ain't even playing. He beat the hell out of his friends, man. I seen him fight.
Fritz is like, he didn't have no friends, you know?
I ain't hear Willie say none of that.
Okay.
I mean,
swole that left eye real good.
Hey,
I mean,
yo.
sometimes I get a little mad. Sometimes I get a little
Okay.
mad. I mean, it's competition in there, but
Especially they get a good lick on you, and
Yeah.
then they talking crazy.
You're like, oh, no, you did it.
I've never had an immediate disdain for an opponent, but sometimes I see stuff in the ring
yeah.
and I feel disrespected.
Interesting.
Like for real, like when I see a dude thinking he about to impose his territory, I'm like, oh nah. Like
Really?
to me, it triggers something.
Okay.
Like I
Interesting.
gotta wild out right now. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like a body language thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
If I see the body language, I'm like, oh, you really think it's going like that?
Okay. Now you
Let's,
done
now,
pissed me
let's,
off.
now let's war for a little bit. I just told y'all how I would rather take the high IQ approach.
Yeah.
But in some instances, you gotta show them you bought that life.
The edge.
You have to do that.
And
Like-
it's like Michael Jordan, they
Perfect
say
balance.
he would look for a reason to turn it up.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
now, once you take one of these guys out, oh, okay. Now it's on and popping.
Yeah.
It's on and popping.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I've seen you guys, what you guys doing. It's amazing. I was
Thank
like,
you.
man, you guys are, this serious work.
Yeah, because it's everyday living for them. It's just
Yeah.
everyday training, eating,
how you make your
mental.
money.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
day though. They don't just wake up and stop. You know, and it's like every day until they're ready. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
to when it's ready.
And it's a process.
Is it?
It's a process.
Years in the
you
making,
know?
huh?
Yes.
When did you
like-
start? When did you guys start training? Period.
I started when I was 6.
That's insane. 6 years old?
6. Won my first medal in 1993.
Wow, at 6.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
How about you, bro?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I started
Casshan.
21.
21.
I just gave myself to it. Like I never did any sports. I was always playing. I played chess. That was the only competition I was in. Like he was playing tennis and he's playing Go. But we always played like strategy games. So that primed me to make me a boxer.
Yeah.
The way I think,
You play chess?
of course, man.
Oh, I gotta get down.
Oh, so we can do that here.
I gotta get down
We can
with
play
you.
chess here.
I gotta get down with.
Yeah, man.
I just know how the pieces. That's all you need to know is how the pieces move. But I gotta get better at doing that on a regular. Like if you play that on we're gonna talk. After.
Yeah.
I was on all the chess teams.
Chess
bro.
teams.
Oh, bro.
I was on
Good
all
for
of them.
you guys.
That's one of my goals in life is I want to play 2 chess games against Jay-Z. He don't gotta say nothing to me.
Jay-Z.
Oh, hey, let's go.
Jay-Z, if
Yo,
you
Alexxys,
listen-
call
I
Jay-Z.
gotta see that. I would love to see that.
He don't gotta say nothing to me. He
call
don't gotta
Jay-Z.
be my
Hashtag
friend.
Jay-Z.
He don't gotta shake my hand. I just want 2 games of chess with him, and that's it.
One
That should be a
radio.
new movement.
That
That should
could be
be a new
possible.
movement in the culture. I don't know
Oh,
why
playing
that
chess
would.
against people?
Yo,
Yeah,
just play
that'd be
chess.
dope.
Prince,
dope.
set it up.
But you get to learn how people think. You get to
definitely
learn how
do.
people move when they
That's-
play chess.
that's-
Absolutely. The strategy. You
That's
know,
why
like,
I said
you
I
have to
want
beat
to
your
play 2
opponent.
games of chess
Yeah.
against Jay-Z.
I always
Yeah.
played the
He can
Sicilian
play a
defense.
King's game. He can play a Rook's
Yep.
game. He can play
And
a
I always
Queen's.
I
played,
played the King's game a lot.
I played
Because Bobby
King's
Fischer
Gambit.
played that one. King's Gambit.
Wow.
You guys,
Yeah.
check this out. Next time we come back a piece on the streets, we have a chessboard. You guys are going to play.
Show him.
I'm down.
Okay.
In between
How
that.
cool is that?
No, he was a
Yeah.
part of the chess club, so he's way more advanced than me. But I'm gonna learn.
I ain't played it forever.
I'm
That's
gonna
amazing.
learn. I want to learn.
Yes.
I want to get better at
Play
it.
you online, bro. They got the
I love
chess.com.
it.
That's why I just.
So they're gonna play each other
That's why I
hard.
just say, yo, we're gonna talk.
Go to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shop. You got chess
What's the-
going.
that's
They
the
done
app,
took
right?
over the
The-
Chess.live.
Oh, you
They
got
got
the- oh,
they
yeah.
got the chess app too.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
Mr. Willie, he is now in Tampa. So big
Yeah.
shout out to him. Welcome to Florida.
Thank you.
It's a
And that's
beautiful
what
place.
Tarver at? Tarver's in town.
Yeah, Tarver. That's the big bro. That's
Yeah,
the big
okay,
bro,
big
man.
bro's
He's a
in
real.
Tarver.
You know what? It's funny because I had like such a back and forth with Tarver in my mind because he
Okay.
knocked out Roy, and Roy is my idol.
Right. You kind of look like Roy.
And that's my idol.
Yeah,
And,
box head, square head.
He's going.
You got to stop.
Plead the fifth in case he comes here.
I actually
I
met
got my door locked, so you can.
I actually met Tarver on like the anniversary that he knocked Roy out.
Oh, wow.
And he knew I was a Roy fan, so he was like, yeah, man, today I knocked your boy out. But he was real cool about it though, man. Him and his son. His son is a phenomenal fighter, man. He's undefeated. Yeah,
undefeated.
Antonio Tarver Jr. Really good fighter, man.
That's
Lefty
what's up.
too, just like his dad, man. Really good fighter.
Wow.
Left is hard to beat.
Absolutely, and everything.
Yeah.
Soccer, baseball, like just everything.
Yeah. I used to hate playing against a left-handed dude.
My son's a left-handed. Big shout to Royal. He
That's
made
all
it.
right
He's
too.
9 years old playing with 13-year-olds. It's advantage.
That's what it is.
Absolutely. Now we have real quick. I got to bring Troy on. Troy right here is an independent actor, and now he established his own production. Am I right? And Troy, we actually did a red carpet for one of his movie premieres, which now is about to be sold out in the streets, in the public, the stores.
Clap it up, baby. Clap it up. Yeah,
Troy, come over here and introduce
Troy.
yourself.
And I cleaned that up. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I am doing well, man. Good to see you again, brother.
You too, man.
So tell us what's been going on with you since the last time I seen you in 2 years.
Man, a lot of life going on, man. A lot of success.
Wonderful.
Yeah, man. We got the film that Mimi and you guys actually hosted a red carpet event, The Watchman's Edict. I got a distribution deal.
Okay.
The name of the
Congratulations.
film is changing to Doomsday Clock, but I believe that should be hitting shelves and all types of streaming platforms. End of November, beginning of December.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about that. 'Cause that was
Congratulations,
leading
man.
role.
I see you still lifting weights too, man. When you gonna stop lifting weights?
He not about to start no time soon.
I mean, bro. How strong you want to get, man? I mean,
I just look this way, man. I don't protect
you doing some push-ups.
Just
I'm
push-ups.
saying, yeah, a lot of push-ups. Because that's what I did in college because I wasn't strong. You know what I'm saying? So they used to send me to do push-ups. But they said, if you can lift your body weight, I'm good enough. I was a tight end, like to catch with one hand.
See, I was a DB. I would have locked you down.
Well, you going for my legs. You going for my
top.
legs.
I'll go up top, man.
Well, I'm a little fast. You was a slow DB. That's good to see you, though, bro.
Good to see you as well, man.
Yes, sir.
I launched a production company as well, Thoroughbred Films, LLC. I launched that in January, and now I have my own show, Limelight Conversations.
Okay.
Willie, y'all are going to see Willie on one of the episodes there.
Thank
Getting
you.
exclusive
Nice.
interview.
Yeah.
Nice.
Real, just raw, and just so profound. You
Wonderful.
know? It's a great interview. So
Yeah.
that's coming. But you guys can follow me on Instagram at actor Troy D. Williams 941, and also on Facebook at Troy D. Williams.
Yes, sir. Man, it's good to see you, brother. And, hey, glad to have you in the building as always. We love that vibe and that positive vibe that you bring to the atmosphere.
I appreciate y'all, man. You and Mimi, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man.
Thank you, brother. I mean, everybody here got pretty teeth but me. I mean, what's going on?
I followed you just now,
Goodness
man.
gracious, man. I mean, everybody get baby. Man, I got to go to the dentist, baby. I got to get to the dentist. I need your dinner plan. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. So, you in the film, and how about your boy with the dreads? The last time I saw you, you was in his movie.
Yeah, that was Brian Boykins. He's the director of The Watchman's Edict.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was a big part of getting that distribution deal.
I remember him
So,
like this. He was doing something crazy, man. I remember Brian in his movie, you know.
Yeah, I told him, man, we felt like Pac and Snoop, man. Like, you know, two Americans,
that day.
we were just together on that. You know, we pushed the film.
Remember that, Mimi? We was there. We did the red carpet, and that's when we was at the studio down there off of Goldenrod. And, I mean, they was like, man, people still coming in. I said, yeah, man, they still coming in. And the place was jam-packed for their movie premiere, and it was amazing that many people showed up. So
City
you know
came
what I'm
out and
saying?
showed us love, man. And
Sure
that was
did.
actually one of the Avengers movies was out as well. And some of those people who were there to see that night, they came to see our movie.
Right.
So I was like, that was love
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
love.
Yeah, man.
I got blessed,
Ching, ching. It was ching, ching in that time. Yeah, he was counting the change. Oh, boy. That's a family of 9. Ching, ching. And that's what it's about, the numbers. The numbers always matter. Sometimes people say the numbers don't matter. Yes, they do. We need to know how many people walked in and paid. You know what I'm saying? So that means a lot. Absolutely. Good to see you, brother. You
as
know
well.
this is home for you, so you know whatever you ever have anything, you're always welcome at the house.
We got some big things coming, man, after the quarantine.
And
so.
if you ever need a studio type in your movie type of thing, you know what I'm saying? We here.
Right.
You
Remember
know,
that.
you can always shoot a radio scene here. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Yeah, we want to be in the movies, in which we have been anyway, you know.
I know, I seen you.
Yeah, I
You
was
you
in the
got one on
movie.
Amazon Prime. I seen you on there.
Did you see me on that one?
I seen you on there.
I was in a movie called The Witness Protection Program.
Yeah.
I was a driver for 2 mob bosses, and the feds came at me because they knew I knew something I'm riding with 25 Prime, but they set me up.
Documentary.
And so, man, they set me up to get I had to wind up getting in the witness protection program. But I thought, and then my old lady, she wound up want to come to Florida. Why? Because she was a hit woman. She was killing folks, and I didn't even know her. You know what I'm saying? So that was a movie. So look that up on the Mark Brassel, the witness protection program.
I'm kind of jealous, man. Your first movie is on Amazon Prime. Not everybody can say that. You know
What?
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Hell,
man.
I didn't even know. Did I get paid? I need to call Mark.
He's funny,
Yeah,
bro.
I was a leading actor. I need to holler at Mark. All right. My brother, thank you, man. Give us your information one more time so you guys can follow him.
Yeah, y'all can follow me on Instagram at actor Troy D. Williams 941 or Facebook is Troy D. Williams.
All right, you guys. All right, brother, we got to wrap this party up. Mr. Mungoots is in the house. So let us know how we can follow you, brother.
You can follow me on every social media platform at Willie Monroe Jr.
All right. My man, Mr. Kid. I ain't going to mess your name up.
What's going on, man? Hey, I'm just thank you for having me here, man. Y'all can follow me on IG. I am Casshan. IAMCASSHAN and Casshan.com. CASSHAN.com.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Peace on the Streets radio show. We got another segment right quick. And Alexxys with sports. We got to do one more sports with Alexxys. So you guys, I got another song I need to play. And then we're going to kick right in with Alexxys.
Follow my man Tennis, please.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Tennis, please.
Yeah, you guys can, if you're into tennis, you can follow me at MTA Tournament Ready on IG. And the name's Roosevelt.
Do you still play, brother?
Oh, I still play, of course. I'm looking. It's a little weird now with the COVID thing going on.
Okay.
Everything's been weird, but USTA is starting to get things back up and running right now, which I think is pretty good. I got kids out there. Just had some kids win boys 16s, girls 14s, and I had a boys 14s second place finish. And of course, I'm going to get back out there and start playing again. You know, I really miss it, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really miss it. I was like top 500 in the United States. So I was like 351 for the sport. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did a lot of traveling around. He actually traveled with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Really?
Last time we were in Florida was here for his tennis tournament.
Yeah, I was touring for like 2 months in Florida. Yeah.
Well, man,
Yeah.
that's what's... You serious about that
Congratulations,
tennis,
bro.
man?
Oh man, I've been doing it, man, forever. I mean,
So you
it's
like
ridiculous.
the Serena them? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Nah, I wish.
But I see Serena lost, man. I was like, But the other girl, she wound up winning Mr. Achikoko.
Osaka, right?
Yeah, Osaka. Yeah, Osaka.
She's
Yeah.
ranking, bro.
But yeah, Serena's still a GOAT.
Yes, she is.
Yeah,
She's still a
she's a
GOAT.
GOAT.
Yeah.
And speaking of GOATs, let's see what LeBron James does.
Hold up.
LeBron James is beating the Heat 85-55. LeBron,
He's going ham.
Yeah, LeBron got 20
He not
assists,
having
40
no mercy.
rebounds, and 30 points.
You sound too happy about that.
I'm
He's going
very
ham.
happy. I'm a Laker man.
Yeah.
But I do support LeBron. I
You
think
too?
LeBron get a bad rap, man. I mean, he carried Cleveland. You can't name no other player but LeBron James on that first Cleveland team. He's been to the finals 10 times.
Absolutely.
Brian Shaw. What did the point guard, Snow or something like that, man? He has no superstars with him, and so they try to do the comparison of him and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had one of the 50 greatest players ever on his team. So, you know, LeBron.
And the best
finally-
coach.
And the best coach.
Yeah, man. Hey,
Yeah, man.
Forget that.
One day
That-
LeBron will be there.
that Last Dance documentary, like really, like I watched it like 3 times.
Oh,
Me
the
too,
Jordan.
bro.
Oh man, that was.
Man, I respect that boy game so serious. I really respect Michael Jordan now more than I did back then, man. What he did and accomplished, man, is unbelievable. His way,
Changed our culture.
man,
Absolutely.
the way his way he played, he was top notch every year. So you know,
Kobe
hey,
is my guy.
Yeah, I like how
Kobe
Kobe.
too.
I think when Jordan won his last championship, I was like 9 or 10. So
Yeah,
I wasn't really into
Jordan.
but like when
Okay.
Kobe came along,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like
Kobe for me
AI.
too.
Yeah. Oh, AI. Yeah. for
AI
sure.
was too
AI
big.
was.
yeah,
two-way.
He just didn't have a team.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
then he's just like Kyrie. You know, it's me. It's me, like Kyrie. That's why I knew he wasn't gonna last in Boston.
Right.
Give me the ball and move out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's you can't win like that. Mike even knew that because at first, you know, he came in, he was scoring champion. But so
He needed
Only
team.
person that could do that is Kobe. What
Yeah.
he score? 81.
Kobe was that man.
Yeah,
Kobe
he was an animal.
Kobe was vicious.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
Rest in peace.
Yes, indeed.
That's a tough loss.
You guys keep it locked to Peace on the Streets. We're going to come back and close this segment out. It's been a wonderful time. I mean, time flies when you have fun.
Yeah.
Right here on Peace
Really,
on the
man.
Streets radio show. I'm your boy, Prince of the Sound. Let's get it. This is Sports Talk with Alexxys. How you doing, Alexxys?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm just so glad to be back with you guys this week.
Yes, and glad to have you back. And it is a sad occasion because we know you're going on to do big and better things. But God bless you, you and your family. Tell everybody we said hello.
Oh, I will. You guys almost had me crying when I came in here today.
Why is that, girl?
Just made me feel so special with all the balloons.
Yes, that's right. We made sure we took care of you, girl. You got some goodies in that bag.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, anything you'd like to ask some of the guys?
Oh, absolutely. So, I had to check up on the Instagram.
Right.
And I saw that you actually got to commentate a fight. And, this is my job. So I just want to know, what was your experience like?
It was pretty cool. It's fun to sit on that side of the ring and actually talk with other people who have that knowledge and be able to guide the fans along and to, show them what's actually going on in the fight, because some people talk from what they think. I don't want this to sound bad, but like what they think is going on. And me as a fighter and being in there with so many fighters and doing it for so long, there's almost a knowing.
Absolutely.
Like, I can tell a guy like, oh, I know what he's getting ready to set him up with, or maybe he should keep that hand up more because this guy is looking for that. I can tell him that because I've seen it.
You can almost call it before it happens. That's
so
so neat, yeah.
I think having a fighter as a commentator is a good thing next to other commentators. They don't necessarily have to be fighters or even have a fight background, but I think having a professional fighter help with commentating will help them see a fight from a different angle, so they don't blindly lead the fans into thinking something about a fight, when it could not be true,
So I just want to know, is this something you could see yourself doing in the future, or you just want to fight?
I'll be right next to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's lit.
Yeah.
And for both of you guys, does your family support your, dreams, fighting, career, goals?
I'll let you answer first. Go ahead. I just got
Absolutely, because I'm never going to stop. It's a blessing that I can even do it. So I'm always humble for that.
And when them checks coming in,
oh, yeah.
Everybody
it's just like
the money.
Let's
not start talking crazy.
Boxing Muay Thai saved my life, like martial arts did.
Did it?
I don't mean like I was like into negative things, not that. It's just like a strong purpose. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it just felt like it magnified me in a way. And I don't mean a negative way. A strong sense of justice, virtue, like things that I was already going hard for, I'm super going hard for. And I got an outlet in how to manifest it in a physical form.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It's not just a concept. It's actually a physical form.
Right.
Getting paid for what you love to do.
Never work a day in your
life. That has to be
life.
an amazing thing, man.
Yep.
To get paid. And that's when you know you're in your destiny.
So, I was just thinking, because I'm obviously not a fighter, I would be worried about, the health risks. Not exactly the health risks, but getting injured. Is that, like, in the back of your mind when you're fighting at all?
Yeah, it is. But we know what we signed up for. We understand it. There's pros and cons to everything. And we understand, the depth of something bad happening, but we also understand the height of something great happening. So it's all about how you flip the coin.
Wait a minute. When you do that knockout, both of you guys, when you done knocked them out, they land on the floor. I mean, how is that feeling, man? You do that Muhammad Ali feeling kick in?
It's a blissful feeling.
It is?
It's a blissful feeling.
I mean, you done knocked that sucker out and said, see there, you thought it was a play. How about you, bro? When
Man,
you can put that knee
real.
upside their head.
It's just like what I'd be most impressed with is like, because I'm a work in process, in progress. I can't believe I executed something how I planned it. Like,
wow,
for
you
real,
set him
like,
up.
I can't even believe I did it. Like, we trained this. Like, I worked this left kick, this teep. I remember doing all these leg exercises to make this kick faster.
Wow,
to see it work.
Wow,
man, it's like euphoric.
So that's the hype. The hype isn't that you knocked them out, of course, but the hype is that what you've been training on, it worked.
Yeah,
it worked, man.
It
like,
worked.
It's like you set your mind to something and you accomplished it. like people always think the only accomplishment is the win.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in a training camp and you remember yourself at the first week, and you remember yourself, and now you're looking like 6, 7, 8 weeks later.
Wow. When
you're doing your sprints and you're looking at your endurance and you're just looking at how you're running the same course faster than before. Like before, this course took me an hour. Now, for some reason, I'm running it in 50 minutes.
Yep.
I didn't plan on it. You know what I mean? Like when I hit more on the bench press, like it's, hey man, I'm telling you, to me, it's like, yo, I'm never gonna stop. I'm gonna just keep getting better.
Right. Do you all think that Rocky Balboa should be in the Hall of Fame of boxing?
I do.
Yeah. He did bring a certain light to the sport.
Because that's why I think so. I think he brought a certain light to the sport. And that Eye of the Tiger song is no fighter that can tell you that when they hear that, they don't feel like going outside and running. Or you can't tell me that there isn't a Rocky training montage that doesn't wake you up and say, I want to train by looking at that. So should he be in a boxing Hall of Fame for boxing? I mean, not the actual sport, but for what he's done for the sport through the movies and his love of the sport, absolutely.
I would like to agree. At first, I was kind of thrown by the question. But the ironic thing is, Mimi, when we were driving earlier, we went past Balboa Drive. Yes, you did. And I told you he changed my life. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Wow. I told you, we literally had this talk a couple hours ago. It was Balboa Drive. I said, man, he don't even know he changed my life. It's crowds talking about Rocky with my mom literally 2 days ago. Literally, like, man, it's just so influential, man.
I watched that movie faithfully. Down. I mean, right now, if it come on, I'll watch all
the whole marathon, right?
I fall off.
Yeah,
I fall off after the Russian.
No, I watch.
You gotta watch that whole.
You gotta watch 1 through 6 and then watch both Creed movies.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm sorry.
They didn't do it for me, but number 2 is my favorite. Number 3 with
Mr. T.
Yeah, Mr. T. Now, hey woman, I know you dream at night, land that you had a real man. Bring your little pretty little self over here. I'll show you a real man. That's my favorite line.
Yeah, that movie kind of stamped boxing a little bit. You know what I mean? It kind of like set the culture up for real.
It did.
Yeah, man. For sure. So, anything else, Alexxys?
I think I'm all good.
I think
you guys are awesome.
You did an amazing job too.
Real talk.
Oh, thank
you
guys. Thank you.
Good luck in your future.
Yeah.
Good luck in your
You
future.
guys too.
You'll see us again.
I hope so.
You'll see us again.
Sure. I'll make it happen. I'll be down here again for sure. I already told him I'm gonna come train with for sure.
I'm talking about on a big stage.
When you guys come out here.
I'm talking about on a big stage. We'll see you.
One more question. Mike Tyson or Roy?
Roy,
man.
They've been talking about this all day.
Mike look fierce, man.
I'm gonna tell
that
you
might be like 1 minute in the ring.
I'm gonna tell you something I noticed about Mike Tyson highlights.
Bro, you might can agree with me too. It's easy to hit a bag that ain't hitting back.
Yeah, true.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I even seen Roy pop. You know,
I'm just looking at the time.
I mean, man, I don't know. Did you see that Mike Tyson thing? Bam.
Yeah. No, Tyson is.
Why you said Roy? I mean, y'all fighters. You all know more than what I do.
I mean, I look at it like this. In 1988, Mike Tyson was known as the baddest man on the planet.
Okay.
In 1988, Roy Jones was being robbed of a gold medal in the Olympics at 156 pounds. That's 50 pounds, more than 50 pounds south of what Tyson fights. If you could take somebody from 2003 and have him go back in time to 1988 and say, yeah, you see that little skinny kid that just won a silver medal? He's going to, in the future, he's going to sign up to fight Mike Tyson, this guy that you guys think is a killer now, and he's going to open up as a 2-1 favorite. You'd be like, get out of here.
Okay.
Who are you explaining? Superman?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.